Alanis Morissette back in the 90s, Jagged Little Pill. Yeah, you're the wrong gender.
Yeah.
It was a big album for us ladies. We really loved it. But I have to say, like, the one song on it that I wasn't really feeling was one of her hits, Ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that I read this interview with her and Rolling Stone, because here's what she says. She says that she didn't really like it either. It was up to her. She was not going to even put it on the album.
That song was so not precious, and I didn't even want it on the record. And I remember a lot of people going, please, 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 please. And I said, okay. But it wasn't an autobiographical song. Maybe the bridge was, but it wasn't sort of the narrative wasn't born yet, if that makes sense.
Right.
That was one of the first songs we wrote, almost like a demo to get our whistles wet. But people wound up really liking the melody, and I wasn't that precious about it. And I came to realize later that perhaps I should have been.
I never liked that song, and I agree. I never felt that it fit on the album. It was sort of a corny song. It was a bunch of things that were not ironic, just a bunch of stuff that sucked. You know, I didn't really get it. And I feel like the rest of the album was so strong, and her narrative was so empowering. And then it was like this little ditty.
I wonder if it was a good song, but we heard it so much that it was one of those songs that was just beat into the ground over and over and over again.
I'm going to say no to that, because if you think about You Ought to Know, I mean, that was played everywhere you went, every radio station. People were just beating that to the ground. Still a great song. I still loved it every single time I heard it. You know, Ironic, the first time I heard it, I was like, what is this even?
And it was more of a top 40 song than You Ought to Know was. And,
right.
You know, is more a little happy boppy song. You Ought to Know was just a mean, I'm mad at guys song.
Right. And that's what we all connected to, as opposed to
Rain on Your Wedding Day.
Rain on Your Wedding Day. Oh my God. Like Rain on Your Wedding Day. Again, not ironic, just something that sucked.
Right.
A free ride if you already paid. Again, not ironic. She didn't know and that was the big thing, that like people were angry that it's like none of this stuff is ironic. Don't call it ironic.
Right.
And the ironic thing is that she also didn't like that song. And you know what? Alanis Morissette, that is irony.
Wow. Can you imagine if you don't like that song, but still every single night for the rest of your life, you got to sing it?
Again,
it still was a hit.
No, that's just something that sucks.
Yeah, isn't that ironic that you hated the song and you still have to sing it every single night?